Diamondback vs. Orion. Which coaster reigns at Kings Island? Two steel giants, one legendary park, one question.
Which ride really rules Kings Island?
Today, we're putting Diamondback and Orion head to head, stats, experience, and personal takes. And trust me, we've got opinions.
This one might start some coaster debates.
Hey, we're Thrill Adventures, a father-son duo riding and ranking every thrill ride we can find.
And Kings Island? That's in our neck of the woods. It's our second closest park, so we've logged more rides on these coasters than we can count.
This isn't just some casual ranking. This is from dozens of visits in all kinds of weather, front row, back row, you name it.
So hit that subscribe button and let's dive into this Giga versus Hyper showdown.
Let's start with the basics. Diamondback opened in 2009. It's a B&M hypercoaster, 230 feet tall, 215 foot drop, top speed of 80 miles per hour.
It's long, over 5,000 feet of track, and it finishes with that awesome splashdown finale, pure classic B&M airtime through the entire ride, which also mixes the airtime with twists and turns better than many other B&M hypers like Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland or Thunderstriker Intimidator at Carowinds.
Then there's Orion, opened in 2020, also built by B&M. And even though its lift hill is 287 feet, the drop actually hits 300 feet thanks to a valley. That makes it a true giga coaster. Let's not even start that debate.
It's Kings Island's tallest and fastest, 91 miles per hour. The layout is fast, compact, and sleek. More a speed-focused ride.
On paper, Orion looks like the bigger thrill, but numbers don't tell the whole story.
Diamondback's first drop might not be the tallest, but it's got that perfect floaty angle, especially in the back row. And that amazing view with the train tracks and Mystic Timbers right there, it's a pretty cool experience.
That thing throws you out of your seat, and because of the staggered seating trains, it looks and feels super exposed.
But Orion's drop, wow, that front row view over the edge is something else. It's a long fall, and you feel it all the way down.
If we're just talking raw intensity, Orion takes this category.
Agreed. Nothing beats a 300-foot plunge to start your ride.
Diamondback is the airtime king. Every hill gives you that sustained floater sensation. It's smooth, graceful, and consistent.
And you get a lot of it. It's 3 minutes of ride time. You coast, you float, you breathe, and then it hits again.
Orion is totally different. It's intense and relentless. You're flying through transitions, overbank turns, and that wave turn. It's short but aggressive.
Exactly. Both have pacing, but Diamondback takes its time, while Orion never lets up until the brake run.
Depends on what you're after. Adrenaline hits or extended fun.
The helix on Diamondback, though, right over the walkway near the Rivertown Arcade, being down low, close to the crowd, just adds so much. Then the final drop into the water splashdown gives Diamondback that something extra.
Orion definitely grabs your attention. That massive blue lift hill stands out, especially from Action Zone and outside the park. It's tall, sleek, and looks more powerful from a distance.
Yeah, you can see Orion's lift hill from pretty much anywhere in the park. Diamondback might actually feel more present while you're walking around.
Totally. It's in the heart of the park. You pass it on the midway, hear the screams, see the splashdown. It's always there, threading through Rivertown.
Orion has skyline dominance, sure, but Diamondback feels like the centerpiece of the park. It's more integrated into the guest experience.
So for me, Orion wins on overall height and sleek modern look, but Diamondback wins for being more in your face while you're actually in the park.
Exactly. Orion looks epic from far away. Diamondback feels epic up close. When Orion first opened, it had all the hype. It felt like it was going to be the new top draw for the park.
Yeah, early on it looked like Orion was the ride to beat, but over time the energy shifted. Now, a few seasons later, it's Diamondback that consistently draws the longer lines.
Especially on off-peak days. You'll sometimes see Orion as a near walk-on, while Diamondback still has a solid line running through most of the day.
But nothing, and we mean nothing, compares to the Beast at Night. That's a different level. People will wait hours for that legendary night ride.
Yeah, if you've ever been around there around 9 p.m., you already know. But between Orion and Diamondback, it's clear that Diamondback has become the more crowd-attracting coaster overall.
Now, when it comes to queue theming, Orion definitely pulls ahead. It's got this whole sci-fi research base. And if you're paying attention, there are some fun Easter eggs for enthusiasts.
Yeah, one of my favorites, those crates marked Radium XL200, a clever reference to Magnum over at Cedar Point, just with that Orion sci-fi twist.
And that indoor section of the line is awesome. Glowing crates, fake control panels, fake computers blinking away, and those storage lockers off to the side. It really feels like you're queuing up for some kind of futuristic test flight.
Even the station is designed well. Wide, airy, clean dispatch system, good overhead fans, and fast train turnover. It feels efficient and polished.
Diamondback, on the other hand, has zero theming in the queue, but somehow it still has a great vibe.
It does. You're right in the middle of the park, the trees, the splashdown, the sounds of the trains roaring by. It creates its own atmosphere. Even without props or screens, it feels exciting.
And you don't just notice that after you get off. You notice it while on the ride right after the splashdown. When you're coasting into the brake run, you can see that shed roof. No one talks about it, but every Kings Island regular knows that roof.
It's become a part of the experience now. Like, we'd look for it every ride. That maintenance roof is a museum of stuff people forgot to secure. And while Diamondback doesn't have Orion's futuristic tech or immersive sets, the operations on it are top tier. Dispatches are fast, the crew moves, and the line stays moving almost no matter how long it looks.
Yeah, that efficiency is part of the vibe. It feels like a classic B&M coaster experience. All thrill, no fluff, and you get on fast.
Exactly. Orion builds anticipation with theming, Diamondback builds it with energy.
We go to Kings Island a lot. It's the second closest park to home. So we've gotten to ride both of these a bunch. But sometimes I walk off Orion thinking that was fast. But it's over before it really begins.
Dang, that's bold, but I respect it. It's not about numbers. It's about what sticks with you. And Diamondback, that ride sticks.
Orion's Helix is okay, but it feels like with the speed you have and the amount of space out there, the ending should have been a little longer with more elements.
Alright, let's break down this with our scorecard.
Drop, Orion.
Airtime, Diamondback.
Speed, Orion.
Smoothness, Tie.
Theme and style, Orion.
Re-ride factor, Diamondback.
Elements, Diamondback.
Appeal, Diamondback.
No matter how many times we go, I always flip-flop on my favorite.
I don't. I've got mine locked in, but I get it. They offer two very different kinds of thrill.
Yeah, Diamondback gives you that smooth, floaty airtime, especially in the back row. It's comfortable, but still thrilling.
I remember one ride when I was in the very back row, and I swear that first drop hit different. I've never been more scared on a coaster in my life. Not because it was rough, but because of how free it felt.
Right, you're just out there in those open air seats, and if you want to hold hands, good luck.
Those staggered cars, the clamshell restraints, they look minimal, and they do their job. But in the moment, it feels like they're not going to cut it. And that's exactly the point. That drop gave me such a rush, I questioned physics for a second.
I think that's the magic of Diamondback. It's not the tallest or fastest, but it knows how to play with your head.
That's why it's my favorite B&M hyper, period. Goliath at Six Flags over Georgia comes close. It's got that same weightless, smooth feeling, no brake run, which is nice, but Diamondback just hits harder for me.
And Orion?
Orion's fun, don't get me wrong. That drop is incredible, the speed's real, but when I compare it to the other Gigas I've ridden, it's just not in the same league.
Wow, so where is Diamondback on this list? Who is your winner today?
For me, Diamondback delivers every single ride. I never walk off thinking, that wasn't worth the wait. Diamondback is my choice between these two giants. What's yours?
My choice is Diamondback. It's truly the better experience. What it gives up in speed and height, it more than makes up in airtime, punch, and fun. It's tight, but Diamondback wins in the categories that matter to us most.
For me, Diamondback isn't just the better ride at Kings Island, it's one of my favorite coasters, period.
What's your pick? Diamondback or Orion? Drop it in the comments.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next video.
We will see you soon.
See you next time.